Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm actually starting on time right now, which is amazing. This is a very important segment. If you are used to the uploads, because I know a lot of people have been saying, oh, we want your uploads, now it's too long. I don't have time for a 2-hour live stream. If you listen to the first half an hour, the first 30 minutes of this segment, you will go ahead and learn or review or get all the information you need to completely and utterly obliterate and destroy the stupid, vapid, idiotic propaganda from Democrats, from the media, basically the same thing. Democrats and the media, majority of the media and Democrats are basically the same thing. I'm within 5 minutes right now, so just hear me out for 5 minutes. To my super chat, thank you so very, very much. You give me the incentive to keep rocking these live streams. Let's just listen for the first 5 minutes if you're used to the uploads, and then the first half an hour, and then, so number one, Trump never colluded with Russia. Alexander M. Gonzalez, will the mainstream media react to Julian Assange? Alexander, the mainstream media will betray WikiLeaks and Julian Assange, and many will say, oh, he deserves it, even though he is a hero. He's a publisher who should be free, who has never done anything wrong, except tell the truth and publish the truth. And he has done what the Washington Post and New York Times have done and will do. And if he is prosecuted or sent to the U.S. and extradited, then every single journalist at the Washington Post, at the New York Times, at MSNBC, they're next by the U.S. government. But so that's the issue with that. I pray and I hope that he remains safe, and I want his freedom, and I believe he will be victorious. But number one, there was never ever any collusion with Russia. Number two, the Clinton email investigation was a sham. It was a cover-up. It was the biggest cybersecurity debacle espionage case in U.S. history. Hillary Clinton put top secret and special access program intelligence. She transferred it somehow. She found a way to physically transfer, to digitally transfer, I should say, the information outside the United States government. That is a crime of epic proportions that made a mockery of the intelligence community. And let's put it this way. She had the names of CIA agents or assets on her stored within her unencrypted server. The server was unencrypted for 6 months. At the first 3 months, she had an AT&T email address. Okay? That's why her first 3 months of emails are missing. Then she had her Clinton email address. It wasn't, when she started Clinton email, it wasn't encrypted until 3 months after she started Clinton email, but she used her AT&T for 2 months, after 2 months plus after she was sworn in. So she was sworn in in late January of 2009, and then a little over 5 months later, after she had used an AT&T account and an unencrypted ClintonEmail.com account, her email then had some cybersecurity protection. But within that time frame, the first 3 months of her emails, of her private email server usage, she traveled to, she met with Chinese and Russian officials. Both countries are known to have to hack anyone's email account, especially if they're a very powerful or important diplomat or political figure or business figure or whatever. Peter Strzok goes to Louis Gohmert and says, well, I'm not a cyber analyst security expert. So what the heck was he doing in charge of the Clinton email investigation? But there wasn't an investigation. There was not an investigation. They did not find out how she transferred the intelligence. They found out that classified and special access and top secret and then special access program intelligence was transferred from JWICs, Cybernet, SCIFs, other locations. They said she didn't do it intentionally. That's number one. That was a cover-up. She should have been indicted. She will eventually be charged for one of her many crimes. She's a sloppy, sloppy criminal. Michael Jackson had the song Smooth Criminal. She's a sloppy criminal. If they got Nixon, they got Al Capone. The writing's on the wall with Hillary. So once they had such a horrible candidate that actually did cheat Bernie Sanders, that actually does own the Democratic Party, that actually did commit crimes, they already sold their soul to the devil, and they said, okay, there's an insurance policy. We have an insurance policy. Peter Strzok, caught with his pants down, literally and figuratively, with Page, goes ahead and documents real time. Not only the cover-up of Clinton emails, but the fabrication. They fabricated Trump Russia because they knew Trump was a risk of winning. They sold 20% of U.S. uranium capacity to Russia. They started with the Russian reset. Obama did nothing when Putin invaded the Ukraine. Absolutely nothing. And then, sorry, GCHQ 2015. Oh, well, why is it that the intelligence community, with a budget of billions and billions of dollars, why is it that they said, oh, well, we're going to rely on GCHQ. We're going to rely on Michael Steele. We're going to rely on the Steele Dossier. We're going to rely on a drunken conversation between Alexander Downer and George Papadopoulos. There's no evidence. So what they did was, and I stated this the second it went down, that's not trying to toot my own horn, but that's yet another thing I was right about. So if you spend all this time watching this channel, I greatly appreciate it. Just understand that I'm fortunate to have been right about a lot. I was right about Clinton losing. Nobody was saying that. I was right about, well, some people. Sticks was actually more accurate than I was. Sticks Exenhammer. He was picking states. I didn't pick states. I just said she would lose to Trump. And I explained through favorability ratings, a whole bunch of reasons. Scandal. He was actually picking different states in the Electoral College. But I was right the second it went down. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. I had intelligent people. Many of my friends don't like Trump. So I had people tell me, I think he's working for Russia. And I was like, in my head, you cannot believe this. You cannot believe this. Then when I was on the left, every day on the left, every day people would tell me, you suck, you're horrible, you're nothing, you're a poser, you're not really a leftist, you're horrible, everything's bad about you. That's on a good day. Eventually, I saw the light, became a Trump supporter, and nothing but good vibrations. No one says to me, hey, how come you're not anti-immigrant? No one says to me, hey, how come you have friends who are dreamers and you want them to be citizens? I mean, people disagree with me, but it's never like, you're not real, you're not authentic, so there's nothing that you can do on the left, nothing that you could do to be pure or to be enough. Loud citizen. Does HRC accomplices under her thumb with fear keep accomplices? You know what it is? It's not so much the fear, because if that was the case, then you wouldn't have Tom Fitton, Paul Sperry, Judicial Watch. You wouldn't have Schweitzer, who wrote Clinton Cash. You wouldn't have a Trump presidency, although there are really insane coinkydinks, obviously. The reason that people gravitate towards, like when GOHMERT said, well, you didn't even get the reach, you didn't even get a thank you, did you? The reason people gravitate towards Hillary or work for Hillary is because they believed that she controlled the future of the country in terms of where it was heading politically. She's very well connected, but that's my Twitter is at H.A. Goodman author. But that's why they worked for Hillary, because they thought that the power, they thought she embodied political power. NorCal Daddy, Clapper flipped on Obama on CNN. Search the video. A BP Earthwatch has it. Was it just today or yesterday? So was it recently? Because, okay, Clapper, Obama.
Might not have done the intelligence community assessment that we did that set off a whole sequence of events which are still unfolding today, notably Special Counsel Mueller's investigation. President Obama is responsible for that, and it was he who tasked us to do that intelligence community assessment in the first place. I think it.
Whoa. So I don't know the provenance of this clip. Wowzers. The rats are abandoning ship, ladies and gentlemen. NorCal Daddy, I need to make sure that, but that's unbelievable if that's true. Carrie Knudsen, thank you. Thank you, Carrie. Thank you, Carrie Knudsen. Thank you for your support. So that's a flip. That's a flip. That's a 10. That's a Nadia Comaneci 10. Okay? But I don't even know if, let me make sure. Yes, we got the zero hedge. We got the zero hedge. Obama, yes! Yeah, Clapper! You big forehead. You giant forehead flipping and singing like the traitor you are to the American people and now to Obama, you big traitor.
I'm just gonna flip and sing on Obama because just like the old adage, I'm a turtle and I'm helping a scorpion cross the river. And I'm saying, don't bite me, we'll both die, and we'll both drown. Let's cross the river. I'm a turtle. And I'm the scorpion, actually. And so we cross the river, and then I bite the turtle, and then we both sink. And why? Because, I'm a scorpion. What do you want from me? You know the adage. Carrie Knudsen again. NorCal Daddy, you got me going now. I am ready to rock. Just me. J-Wix Cybernet skips. If I had $1 for every time you bring that up, you and I could both retire. Just me. Yes. Yes, just me. Thank you. And the sad thing about me bringing that up, just me, the really sad and comical, but also sad, is that I know that for sure J-Wix is the digital channel that a lot of her top secret intelligence came from, but I don't know all the other channels. There's like a whole bunch of channels. Wow. Clapper flipped and sung. Oh my God. Oh my God. Ladies and gentlemen, it is, I said from the very beginning, also not trying to toot my own horn, but at least I'm trying to give you your time's worth. I said from the very beginning, if you cuddle up next to a crocodile or a python, you're going to get bit. You're going to get eaten up. Don't go into bed don't try to cuddle up next to a hungry lion. You're going to get eaten. As I said from the very beginning, if you live by bureaucracy, your political demise is going to be absolutely, Thomas. Absolutely, I would. Your political demise will be from bureaucracy, and the intelligence community is already flipping and singing, flip and sing, and now you're going to get the Democrats. You know what? The intelligence community is bad now. Here, this is the link from. Oh my God Almighty! This is the flip and sing and flip and sing and flip and sing. This is the zero hedge, right here. Zero hedge. So here's the zero hedge article I'm reading. Obama was behind the whole thing. Yes. Yes. Not that, yes, that I'm happy Obama was behind the whole thing. Not that it's not going to be about Obama now. Well, it could be. But it'll be about the intelligence community leaving the ship, abandoning, just the scurrying. When you turn the kitchen lights on, you see a cockroach, like, scutter past the, flee past the floor. That's a Brennan, John Brennan, James Clapper, James Comey. So hold on. I don't think it's out of context because, well, the context, of course, is going to be, oh, well, if he is asked tomorrow, no doubt Clapper's going to be like, I didn't throw anyone under the bus. In fact, President Obama was a wonderful leader. But if he's saying this, it's really bad. So here's
for President Obama, we might not have done the intelligence community assessment that we did that set off a whole sequence of events which are still unfolding today, notably Special Counsel Mueller's investigation. President Obama is responsible for that, and it was he who tasked us to do that intelligence community assessment in the first place. I think
so. Whatever the context was, he is squarely placing blame on Obama. Now, again, I'm not 100% certain if this segment is actually I'm pretty sure that it is. I'm pretty sure that it is. A legitimate CNN segment. But I mean, if this is what really went down on CNN, we're beginning to see the end of all of this and the end of the Mueller probe. All of this, by the way, is leading to the end of the Mueller probe. Trump tweeted it. Let me see if Trump tweeted it. It's yeah. So let's get to Trump really quickly. So basically, you have a cover-up, Clinton emails. You have a fabrication of Trump Russia, and it was all. This is about $1.2 billion worth of money that Hillary Clinton basically just threw into the toilet, the blue wave. That's what this is about, ladies and gentlemen. That's what this is about. She outspent Trump 2-1, and then they say, well, she really won. She won the popular vote. Well, who cares? Who cares? All right, so the rigged witch hunt headed by 13 angry Democrats, and now 4 more have been added. One who worked directly with Obama White House seems intent on damaging the Republican Party chances in November election. This Democrat excuse for losing the 2016 election never ends. So he's telling, if you're, okay, the Republican Party is only in power now because of Trump, not because of anything. Loud citizen plushie wars. Python Huggy versus H.A. Good Cuddle. One is infant safe and machine washable. Yes, Loud Citizen. Thank you. Is that, I believe that was you who, that was an amazing like montage or, my face on it. Thank you. Loud Citizen, you're awesome. That is awesome. If you haven't seen, check out his or her Twitter. It's like this awesome, almost frightening, actual little cuddle plush toy thing with my face on it. Thank you, Loud Citizen. So we have President Trump now saying no collusion, no obstruction, but that doesn't matter because the 13 angry Democrats who are only after Republicans and totally protecting Democrats want this witch hunt to drag out to the November election. Republicans better get smart fast and expose what they are doing. I don't know what Trump's, I mean, he's obviously slowly ending the Mueller probe, but I think he should do it sooner rather than later. I mean, he's probably just going ahead and waiting until he wins the midterms again. Then he can just fire Mueller and just do, once Republicans win the midterms and they'll win the House, they'll win the Senate. The Democrats are in complete free fall. They have absolutely nothing against. They want war with Russia, which is essentially what they want. They want war. They want a renewed Cold War because they think that Russia hacked the DNC to inform everyone of how corrupt Hillary was for cheating Bernie. Looking more and more like the Trump campaign for president was illegally spied on for the political gain of crooked Hillary Clinton and the DNC. Ask her how that worked out. She did better with crazy Bernie. Republicans must get tough now. An illegal scam. Republicans must get tough now. Horace, thank you. All the quality Dems are through in or approaching the walkaway portal. Welcome them into the light. Exactly, Horace. Thank you, as always, for your support of this channel. Welcome them into the... I was welcomed. Now everyone they don't like, even if they're Jewish, is a neo-Nazi, white supremacist, a nationalist sympathizer light. They called Jack Posobiec in the Huffington Post article a white supremacist light. I mean, you can't. It's absurd. They called Cernovich. No, they called Posobiec and Cernovich a white supremacist. I might disagree with a great deal of their political views or a lot of their political views, but Posobiec, I have no idea why they would even go there. And Cernovich, there's no way. If Hillary Clinton called black youth super predators and they're okay with that, then Cernovich there's no reason why they should have gone after him. Bobby Sprinkle, H.J. Goodman, I will agree the Mueller probe ends fast. Exactly, Bobby. Thank you. The Mueller probe's ending. Now is the best time to walk away. Walk away, ladies and gentlemen. Jub8891, thank you. Thank you. Jub8891, thank you. Horace, thank you. Just me. Just me if I had $1 for every time I said SIPRNet too. But that's the thing. I mean, it's the dossier was used. It was a fake. I said it from the start. BuzzFeed is getting sued by the DNC, suing the DNC right now. I keep on saying that. And if you love this, if you watch this channel, and I love all of you, thank you. If you watch this channel, if you also had $1 for every time I said things like BuzzFeed is suing the DNC, you know all of this is going down. We're being vindicated every single day. Every single day, you and I are being vindicated. Every single day, we're on the right side of history. It is so overt. It is so sloppy. Ladies and gentlemen, if there was even a kernel, a little tiny speck of truth, I'd be on it like a bulldog, like a bloodhound regarding Trump Russia. Because if there was, I would make, people are like, oh yeah, you became a Trump supporter for money. It's like, there's a lot more money to be made pushing the Trump Russia myth, even today. Well, we love you, Eric H526, thank you. But even today, if you're pushing the Trump Russia myth, you're making bank. And that goes for any medium, any platform. You're making bank. If you're hating on Trump and you're pretending that Trump is a Russian agent with not only with zero evidence, now the evidence points all towards the Democrats being Russian agents or whatever. You would make bank and you'd be retweeted by everyone. Okay? This position, the positions that I've usually taken, whether it's Bernie, and maybe I was deceived, or now it's Trump, are the positions generally that the mainstream doesn't like. Let's listen again. I knew Clapper. I knew one of them would flip and sing. I didn't think it'd be Clapper, but I knew that I always said there's too many spinning plates. Now, when she does get charged, ladies and gentlemen, because Hillary Clinton will get charged because she's a walking criminal. So it's not about justice winning out. Justice doesn't always win. Every day on the planet, justice and mercy is destroyed by some horrible evil force or evil person. Every day on the planet, justice is denied for somebody. It's not about justice winning out or truth winning out. It's about being sloppy. You're a sloppy drunk. You barf all over the place. Don't do it. Don't be a sloppy drunk. The agenda, playing along with Russia hoax equals paper ballots ID. Playing along with Russia hoax equals paper ballots and ID. So, I mean, definitely Democrats will try to cheat for sure. But because that's all they have right now is cheating. That's all they know. They were convinced themselves that they were like masters of the universe, and now they went from hero to zero, Democrats, in like 2 seconds.
If it weren't for President Obama, we might not have done the intelligence community assessment that we did that set off a whole sequence of events which are still unfolding today, notably Special Counsel Mueller's investigation. President Obama is responsible for that, and it was he who tasked us to do that intelligence community assessment in the first place.
All right. So he's throwing them off. He is completely and utterly singing. He's completely and utterly attacking. This is an attack against President Obama, a political attack. The video, just go to Zero Hedge. Zero Hedge. ZeroHedge.com.
I think
and also one thing to remember, when thank you, Lou Stranger. Thank you, Lou. Greatly appreciated. Thank you so much for watching all this time. The video is right here. Let me go ahead and here. So this is a Zero Hedge article. The Zero Hedge article. And you can find the video. So here's the Zero Hedge article. I just sent it right now. You can find the video. And what Clapper also does is he gives this vapid, stupid appeal to bureaucracy. Well, you know, it touched off a series of events. If you saw a boulder come barreling towards you and you were at the bottom of a hill, would you move? Or would you say, well, gosh, you know, these series of events dictate that I must allow the boulder to run me over? No, you would move. You would be like, nah, I'm moving because, you know, I've had enough. Like, just because one event took place that is horrible doesn't mean I need to be squashed like a grape from this boulder. So it doesn't matter whether the Steele dossier was horrible or whether he shouldn't have, whether all of this should be stopped because it was based off not only faulty, it was no intelligence, not one shred of U.S. intelligence, all gossip and hearsay from the Steele dossier that when BuzzFeed published said it's unverified and contains errors. So what are you doing? Why would you publish something you know is unverified and contains errors? Thank you, Eric H526. Make America Great Again, Air, Mag Air. Hooray, HAGcast. Better than Fireside Chats. Thank you. Thank you, MAG Air. Thank you, Mag Air. Thank you. Andrew McCarthy also. I said this could never happen. This is so bad they should be looking at the judges who signed off on this stuff, not just the people who gave it. It's so bad it screams at you. On the whole FISA scam, which led to the rigged Mueller witch hunt. Trump has had enough. At this point right now, if there happen to be Fox News people watching me, I do think, pretty sure, well, I know that a former Trump advisor has read one of my books, The Butter Top Secret Emails. I'm pretty sure that people within the U.S. government has read Butter Top Secret Emails. I'm pretty sure that some Fox News producers watch me. Get this to President Trump. Stop caring about what the Democratic Party or media how they'll react. Stop caring how they'll react. He could have gotten Putin in the DDT. You know, Jake the Snake, one of my favorite wrestlers. He could have gotten Putin in the DDT and thrown the python at him. Okay, it still wouldn't have been enough. You would have had Joe Scarborough. He only got the DDT. How come he didn't get a clothesline in? How come he didn't get, you know, a suplex? Well, that's Trump for you. That's Trump for you. He didn't go for, you know, he didn't go for the jugular, really. It was a DDT. He did the DDT on concrete. What more do you want? Oh, it's not enough. We have 1,008 people watching, ladies and gentlemen. It's going down. It's happening. Hashtag it's happening. Hashtag vindication. The fact that I'm embarrassed that I'm even using the stupid hashtag phrase. Can't wait till Twitter is goes the way of MySpace. MySpace is more relevant to humanity than Twitter is right now. But let's continue.
If it weren't for President Obama, we might not have done the intelligence community assessment that we did that set off a whole sequence of events which are still unfolding today, notably Special Counsel Mueller's investigation. President Obama is responsible for that, and it was he who tasked us to do that intelligence community assessment in the first place.
But I thought Susan Rice. Oh, I got to write this on Twitter now. I thought Susan Rice said that everything was above board. I thought Susan Rice. Wait, didn't Susan Rice write a letter to herself stating Obama wanted everything done by the book? Clapper just flipped and sung on Obama. Next comes Clinton indictments. So nobody dares say that the Queen, Madam Cyberhack, will get charged. BuzzFeed is suing the DNC. And I've reached out to BuzzFeed, and nobody's reached out back in terms of asking them, well, what's going on? How? And they're still pushing the myth. They're still pushing the ridiculous. The Steele Dossier is a garbage document, and that's Bob Woodward. It's pure gossip that Comey used to spy on Trump. And there you go. It's happening. It's happening, ladies and gentlemen. It is happening, ladies and gentlemen. It is happening. I don't know if Rosenstein will be removed. The thing with Rosenstein is that he doesn't have to be removed if Sessions did his job. If the Keebler elf left the little cookie station, the cookie palace he's in. Now there must be some scheme here or some grandiose plot or some 20D chess, because Sessions is pretty overtly putting Rosenstein in as a blocker. Maybe because he's engaged in, opening up all of this. But Tom Fitton, so maybe Rosenstein is actually a cog in this whole elaborate unveiling. Although probably not. I want to kick him out also. I'd rather have him gone. I'd rather have Mueller gone as well. So in that sense, I'm tired of saying, well, there's, Rosenstein is just basically like Comey, a less corrupt Comey. And he should be fired by Trump, but then, basically that's firing Mueller. So Trump wants to wait. He wants to wait. Once Republicans win the House and Senate, it's game over in every way for Democrats. Sarah Carter, yes, absolutely. Trump should declassify, and the American people can see and eventually overhaul the clean up abuse that allowed it to take place. Once the Mueller probe is done, and once we realize the extent, guess who's getting charged? And with all your amazing wrestling references, I want Stone Cold to be the new press secretary. What? Stone Cold Steve Austin is one of the greats. Yes, he's one of the greats ever, and he should be. That would be amazing to be Trump's press secretary. Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you, Ben Parcel. Thank you, Ben Parcel. Thank you. Mike Sherman, something isn't making sense. Maybe Clapper got permission to blame Obama because he's untouchable. Mike, that could be the case, but also, Mike, remember, these people aren't as smart as we think. They're powerful, but they're just because you're powerful doesn't mean you're smart or intelligent or know what, you know, you possess wisdom. These people have zero wisdom. Everything they do is short term. So they fabricated this ridiculous fantasy. Now, millions of people believe the fantasy. What's taking place is that the fantasy is being exposed as we speak. As with all fantasies, as with all, whether it's like, you know, it's not a fabrication or a cover-up or a plot or a conspiracy. It's once the layers are peeled open, it's probably not so much of, oh, well, you know, Clapper is being given permission. It's Clapper's abandoning ship. Clapper is the rats are leaving. The you know, the scoundrels are now turning on other scoundrels. What Clapper did. So, Mike, I think what Clapper did is that he is covering his own behind. He wants book deals. He wants to, because at the end of the day, they're going to look out for number one. Number one for them is, you know, their own reputation. So they use the Steele Dossier. It's pure gossip. Carter Page never was a spy. He was never a spy. He was never anything. So Mike Sherman, I think it's just a matter of them betraying each other now. Now it's all going down. So now it's happening. Dave Dahlman, are you concerned at all about the Podesta brothers immunity deal and just taking the fall for the corruption of the DNC? I'm not really concerned, Dave. I'm obviously dismayed, or, you know, obviously I think it's disgusting, but you know, at the end of the day, Mueller is just scratching and clawing. He's trying to justify his existence. Everyone has had enough of Mueller. And right now, what he's doing, Manafort is the guy who's taken the fall for it, because he's the only guy who actually kind of committed crimes. He did commit crimes, but they have absolutely nothing to do with any of this. But he did commit crimes. So, but they have absolutely nothing to do with any of this. Nothing Russian hackers, but that's the thing. They want mud. They can find mud with Manafort. Doesn't matter if the mud is actually, correlates to what they're accusing Trump of. Lyle Budd. My boss years ago told me, lie even if you get caught. Lyle Budd. Well, that's the thing. I mean, in bureaucracy, sometimes that works. Lyle Budd, thank you. D. Velasquez, I always thought Obama didn't pardon Hillary because he'd take the fall if she lost. No one to pardon him. He's going to flip on her for immunity. D. Velasquez, 100%, but also D. Velasquez, also, she's going to, for let's say Clapper blames Obama. At the end of the day, Obama holds all the cards. And I just think that he is a lot more powerful at this point than Hillary. And I think that he could submarine Hillary. And I think the biggest political adversary Hillary has is President Obama and Michelle Obama. They benefit the most. I just don't see, because the whole thing with the identity politics and with President Obama being actually more powerful, and that the whole Democratic narrative of just the Democratic Party, you cannot turn on Obama. Now, if Hillary Clinton decides to turn on Obama, her power dwindles even more. I think that Obama has all the cards right now in terms of betraying Clinton, not so much the other way around, because even though he's implicated in everything, he can always say, well, I really don't know what he can say, but at the end of the day, she did commit crimes. And at the end of the day, all of this was to benefit Clinton. I don't know how he'll get out of it, but I don't think Obama is going to be implicated. The media will turn on Hillary long before it ever turns on Obama. So D. Velasquez, thank you. So Dave Dalman, yeah, I mean, the Podesta thing, they just want to hurt Manafort. Just me, all of the nefarious activities are being exposed. They never thought she'd lose. They knew Trump was going to expose them all. Get popcorn and enjoy the show. This is history being made. Absolutely just me. Thank you so very much. Absolutely just me. Absolutely. Absolutely. It is history being made. Absolutely. Scott Bigler, cut your hair, hippie. Yes. I do need a haircut, actually. Scott, thank you so very much for always watching and supporting the channel. Thank you, Scott. Just me. 100%. It's happening, ladies and gentlemen. We're all being vindicated. The thing with President Obama knowing and all of this is that once they get too close to Obama, suddenly you're going to hear much bigger revelations about Hillary that she won't be able to get away from. Clinton is a sloppy, sloppy criminal. Just imagine the song Smooth Criminal. Smooth Criminal. She's a sloppy criminal. That's why if you're a sloppy criminal, it's not that you, like I said, this has nothing to do with justice. This has to do with being sloppy. The media apparatus is already losing the battle. People hate the media. They absolutely hate the media. So Susan Rice is like, oh, yeah, well, Obama said that, he wants everything by the book. The Zero Hedge article goes down and says, recall in May, Senate Judiciary Committee Chuck Grassley fired off a letter to the Justice Department demanding unredacted versions of text messages between Strzok and Page, including one exchange which took place after Strzok had returned from London as part of a recently launched Operation Crossfire Hurricane, referring to the White House running an unknown investigation. Strzok and High went well, best we could have expected, other than, quote, the White House is running this. My answer, well, maybe for you they are. And of course, I was planning on telling this guy, thanks for coming, we've got an hour. But with Bill there, I've Kristaps. Page, yeah, whatever. We've got the emails that say otherwise. So then the White House we got the emails that say otherwise. Well, either way. And with Clapper's admission, it looks like Strzok's text stating the White House is running this may have been right on the money. Whoever is running this, Mag Air, is there anything Gitmo and military? Is there anything to Gitmo and military tribunals? If so, Podesta immunity worth as much as Monopoly got a free card. No, I don't think there's any military tribunals at all. You hear talk about that, but no. I don't think anything. There are no military tribunals for this because all of this, these crimes are, these crimes are of public officials and linked to the president. I think once it becomes too close to Obama, you're going to see Hillary take the fall, which is what she's a walking criminal. So on all of this it's pretty crazy too, because at the end of the day, it's very likely Hillary doesn't even care that she'll be indicted. It's very likely that she'll be like, I'll get out of it somehow, or I'll get pardoned or whatever. Maybe one way or another, she makes it worth his while, or, pumps money into something Trump wants, money into. Who knows? But for Trump to pardon Clinton after she's charged with a crime would be the ultimate vindication. The ultimate vindication. I know that everybody wants to see Hillary in a jail cell, but it would be the ultimate vindication. But Clinton is definitely going to be charged. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when.
I think if it weren't for President Obama, we might not have done the intelligence community assessment that we did that set off a whole sequence of events which are still unfolding today, notably Special Counsel Mueller's investigation. President Obama is responsible for that, and it was he who tasked us to do that intelligence community assessment in the first place. I think it.
So Rebecca, first page Carter FISA application came after Mike Rogers exposed the 702 abuse and stopped contract access. They were spying illegally. Wow. Very, very, yes. Thank you, Rebecca. Yes. I don't know what to make of Admiral Michael Rogers, because he said, well, moderately confident, because he tried to like hold on to some modicum of respect. But I mean, why not just say, no, we can't find anything? We're, you know, but he had to play ball, I guess. That everyone was spying and they found nothing. Rebecca, thank you so very, very much. Thank you, Rebecca. Clara Nielsen. Clara, Trump has to bring down 70 years of evil and corruption. Not going to happen overnight. Exactly. Rebecca and Clara Nielsen, you've stated things that better than I could have stated myself. That's the thing. Just a little patience, everyone, because all of this is coming out. We're being vindicated every single day, every single week. Every single week. All of this is being exposed. Every single week, all of this is being exposed. Every single day. It's this onion is like a giant onion of corruption, and just peeling each layer. You have illegal spying on Trump. You have Stephen Halper, a spy within Trump's campaign. You have Peter Strzok and Lisa Page. You have Bruce and Nellie Ohr. You have Steele Dossier. You have Bernie being cheated. You have zero evidence of the DNC being hacked. You have all of these things all at once. All at once. And that's the thing, all at once. You have all of this all at once. And ladies and gentlemen, it's happening as we speak. It is happening. It is taking place. We have James Clapper, who this is insane. For Clapper doesn't say one word. He's like Hillary, but even more so. He doesn't say, these people don't say one word on television. Okay? I'm not like some, you know, big, you know, television guy, but I've been on TV a whole bunch of times. Maybe like, what, 12, 13, 14 times total. On MSNBC, CNN, RT. And I can tell you, before you go on TV and you have the camera, you have to rehearse what you're saying in your mind and be ready, and also think, foreshadow, predict any question you're being asked, because you don't want to be blindsided. But even if you are, you have to go ahead and think quickly. But everything that you state on television should be part of your value system, what you've prepared for, the message you want to convey. In a way, you have to be pedantic on television. That's how these people talk. He's not going to be pedantic. He's not going to teach people. Thank you, Carrie. Thank you. He's not going to teach people if he didn't already think prior. G. Austin Cooper, love you, man. Got my authentic bluegrass gospel here. Nice. That's beautiful. G. Austin Cooper, thank you. Love you, man. Got my authentic bluegrass gospel here. Beautiful, beautiful music. Awesome. G. Austin Cooper, thank you. So, Clara, you're 100% right. But also, in addition to what Clara said and what Rebecca said, Clapper's not going to go on CNN and say that. So when he's spewing propaganda, you can kind of tell. You can kind of tell when he's spewing propaganda. But then when he's kind of retreating from the propaganda he spewed, and he said, look, this is all Obama. What? Sloppy criminal. You can't say it's Obama when you've said that you think Trump has been working with Russia. You cannot go ahead, ladies and gentlemen, and say that Trump works with Russia and we have a lot of problems. And notice Clapper also covered his behind when he said with Chuck Todd in March of 2017, oh, well, you know, we have no evidence of Trump-Russia collusion, but we think he did. Clapper is single-handedly turning walkaway into stampede away. Exactly. Lonnie, exactly. It's stampede. It's run for your lives away. Run. Run for your lives. Papa D. Clapper's words have the sound of arrogance. We did and are doing a good thing. Creepy dude. He is so creepy. They're all creepy. They all smooch the derrieres and behinds of people above them. Papa D. That's how you become in any bureaucracy, but especially in the government. You have to be able to just eat a load of crap and be okay with it. That's why when Strzok was sitting there taking all the abuse from the Gomer and eventually kind of spoke back, but he was just fine. He lied to everyone with a straight face. And Lisa Page is not, she's an attorney. She's not so much a bureaucrat. She was, but she was like, no, you know, everything he said he meant. Rock bottom, or Adabomb 31458. Obama is the only one who wasn't scared of Hillary on the Dem side. Yeah, it's true. And Trump is one of the few on the Republican side who didn't fear her. Exactly. Adabomb 31458. Exactly. Now her power and influence is dwindling exponentially, but she doesn't believe that. A person doesn't get to where Hillary's at and Bill Clinton's at without always thinking they can always pull something out of their sleeves. But eventually, when you bite off more than you can chew, it's game over. That's just part of life. I always say, remember, and I've seen this firsthand in media, remember who you step on the way up, because on the way down, you're going to see these people, and it ain't going to be pretty. Rock bottom, HA and Eric, H526, rock. Thanks for all your work. So thank you. Thank you, everyone. Just me. Don't forget about Browder and Uranium One. Absolutely. And then there are 40,000 sealed indictments on pacer.gov. Yeah, the whole sealed, I don't know what to make of the sealed indictments thing, but I do know that Hillary will be charged. So that I know for sure she'll be charged. The indictments, I don't know if they all pertain to everything taking place now, but just me, 100%. I mean, Bill Browder, that was hilarious. That was hilarious. Priscilla Blaze, thank you, Priscilla. Thank you, Priscilla. We have a wonderful family friend named Priscilla. Thank you, Priscilla Blaze. Thank you so very much. Thank you. Thank you. The Bill Browder thing was hilarious. That was really hilarious. Because the whole Bill Browder thing was like, oh, well, you want people in Russia? Is that right? You want people that you've indicted because you thought that they hacked into the DNC to inform everyone that Bernie Sanders was being cheated? Okay. Well, we want Bill Browder. How's that? Oopsie. Yet another Democratic fail. Oopsie. And then they go ahead and they keep on doubling down. They keep on bringing up the same stupid thing. Oh, well, Putin. This guy Putin. This guy Russia. You sold him 20% of U.S. uranium capacity. You're not fooling anyone. Just me. Thank you. You're right. I mean, Uranium One, he's looking at the uranium exports right now. All he has to do with Mueller is be like, oh, yeah, by the way, Mueller, you're indicted for, or whatever. You couldn't indict Mueller. You could not. But Mueller's, all he has to do is bring up yellow cake uranium was shipped out of the country. This was under Mueller's watch and under Obama's watch. Once Trump does that, it's game over. Priscilla, thank you again. Priscilla Blaze, thank you. Just me. Thank you, as always, just me. Yeah, the Bill Browder thing was absolutely hilarious. They always mess up. They can't even get propaganda right. They can't even get propaganda right. How bad do you have to be to suck at cheating? Huh? How bad do you have to be? If you're playing chess and you're like, hey, look over there, and you move the king or the queen of your opponent and you still lose, well, then you suck. Don't play, learn. I don't know what to tell you. If you get like 5 strikes and you're out, or like 7 downs in football, like how bad do you have to be to suck at cheating? Rebecca, Gomer took a chainsaw to a knife fight with Strzok. Dear Congress, more chainsaw, please. Exactly. Well, Gomer took an ICBM to a knife fight. Like, don't take a knife to a gunfight. He took an ice. Oh, by the way, I have my new HA Second Amendment upload. It's of me shooting my CZ97B at the outdoor pistol range. And I got some feedback to where I'm going to fix my grip. And I did a little bit of research, and I actually remembered from some training that I had, courses. I actually wasn't gripping the pistol in the correct manner, because in my head I was kind of like worried about my left hand hitting the slide, but I shouldn't have. I like the CZ a lot. So Deputy Dog, I like the CZ a lot. It's not tactical. I wouldn't say it's tactical. But it's great. It's really fun. I like the all metal. Absolutely, the safety is the most important. Being safe, and always pointing the firearm away from anything you don't want, God forbid, if it discharges accidentally, to be shot. I don't read everyone's comments, but I try to read. Thank you, Priscilla. I try to read people's comments. CZ is a great pistol. It is. I like it better than the Glock 21, but it's, you know what? I probably shouldn't even go there, because they're really just two different firearms. Thank you, everyone. So basically, what do we have here? Ladies and gentlemen, so I really like it a lot. And I actually am going to pick up another purchase too, if you can believe that, in a couple of weeks. Or actually, it's already there, but that's a cool one too. So right now, Susan Rice, unmasked names. I mean, what else do we have? What else do we have? Susan Rice unmasking names. We have Clapper. Let's listen to Clapper again.
If it weren't for President Obama, we might not have done the intelligence community assessment that we did, that set off a whole sequence of events which are still unfolding today, notably Special Counsel Mueller's investigation. President Obama is responsible for that, and it was he who tasked us to do that intelligence community assessment in the first place.
Thank you, Ben David. Thank you. Thank you. Let's go ahead and do that again.
If it weren't for President Obama, we might not have done. If it weren't for President Obama, we might not have done the intelligence.
Why is my stupid thing not working? All right, so basically,
community assessment that we did, that set off a whole sequence of events which are still unfolding today, notably Special Counsel Mueller's investigation. President Obama is responsible for that, and it was he who tasked us to do that intelligence community assessment in the first place. I think it.
So there you go. There you go. There you go. It's game over, ladies and gentlemen. Game over. Game over, man. Game over. Wow. Look who signed off on the warrants. John Kerry, Ash Carter, John Brennan, James Clapper, Susan Rice. Game over. Game over. And then you have Clapper flipping and singing. It's game over, ladies and gentlemen. Game over.
People for months that this could never ever happen.
This is Andrew McCarthy. Check this out. He's one of the great law enforcement, FBI attorney. All these. I mean, he has. Let's see. He's been in the government. His bio is unbelievable.
What I told people was that you're not even going to hear about the dossier when we finally learn what's in the FISA warrants. That what the FBI will do is what the FBI always does, which is they'll take 7 or 8 facts that are important, they'll scrub them so that the FBI can verify and corroborate them, and those will be put into the affidavit. Now, that'll be the only thing you hear about. When you read this thing, it's astonishing. They actually, it's as if they took the dossier and slapped whole district court caption on it and gave it to the judge, which is exactly what I told people would never happen.
Wow. So, I mean, that dossier was just me. Billions to Iran, Wiener laptop. Exactly. Well, the Iran deal was like the stupidest deal in the world. And I love the Iranian people. I love Persian people. I'm talking about just in terms of the government. I love the Persian people. I'm talking about the government. It's 23 ballistic missiles that they launched. And by the way, the deal did not say that you couldn't launch ballistic missiles. So that's what a great deal that was. Just me, you're 100% right. Thank you as always. Ben Parcel, intelligence teams love anyone in POTUS that lets them break the law and constitution of spy. I'd love any copy that lets me speed too. Exactly, Ben. And also it justifies their existence. If they can, like, it's very Machiavellian, like, oh, we can help you. If we can help you, let us help you. Let us help you. Let us help you. We're James Clapper. By the way, we'll turn on you eventually. Tamara Friedman, hashtag game over. Thanks for all you do. You're the best. Tamara Friedman, you are the best. Thank you so very much. Thank you so very much for your support of this channel. Thank you, Tamara Friedman. Thank you. Thank you. Let's listen more. Thank you, Tamara. Thank you, everyone. Just me.
Here's a nugget. We were just in the break. You found a nugget, which I did not, but that's because only you can find this. What have you found?
Well, actually, I must say, I mean, this is so bad that they ought to be looking at the judges who signed off on this stuff.
Oh! He Gomerized the judges. You understand what the Gomerization here? This is the Gomerization of everything going down right now.
The people who gave it, and it doesn't take. If you've done this stuff, it doesn't take. This is so bad. It screams out at you. But this says, this is just 3 lines, 3.5 lines.
Page 58.
Right, 53. Sorry. Right. The FBI has reviewed this verified application for accuracy in accordance with its procedures. They haven't verified it, and it's not accurate. So, you know, the 2 most important things, 3.5 lines. I can't even get that right.
So, and then you get struck. And then you get struck like, I want to let you know that people, when you go ahead and you fall, there's somebody to catch you, and there's somebody to catch that person. And nobody can fall. If you look at Enron, if you look at every good, wonderful organization like Bernie Madoff, you can go ahead and you're just going to, you can fall and we have Layers and safeguards, sir. Safeguards. There's no safeguards in a bureaucracy of this kind. Most bureaucracies, I should say, especially government, especially corporations, especially government and especially corporations, power is centralized at the top. The top. Google John Kerry and Robert Mueller were classmates. Wow. Chaz1422. Google John Kerry and Robert Mueller were classmates at the super elite St. Paul's boarding school in Connecticut. They were friends on the same lacrosse team. Wow. Wow. I didn't know that. If so, that is also, yeah. Wow. Well, there you go. I mean, it's... And what happened to John Kerry? Jeez. What happened to John Kerry? Is it? Oh, GOHMERT. Well, somebody told me it was GOHMERT. Let's just say GOHMERT, GOHMERT. Okay, GOHMERT. What's the difference? If you GOHMERize, they're all GOHMERized. But let's go ahead. Is it Louis GOHMERT? Okay. Yeah, that's Chas1422. Yes. GOHMERization. All right. Let's just continue really quickly. We'll wrap this up a little bit, and I'll be back very soon.
Waking up is suggesting that they verified as accurate and factual the dossier. The source number one.
Right. What they're saying is the assertions we're making to the court, we verify. Now, just to explain how this works, let's say, forget about Fisa and intelligence. Let's say it's a drug case, and I want a warrant because I think they're selling or they're making heroin packages in a house, right? So I bring my agent to the judge, and I say, we need a search warrant. And the judge says, fine, what's your probable cause? And I say, Judge, I have this great agent here. Every year he wins Agent of the Year. He is like the best agent. He's got the most awards. The judge will look at me and say, but what's the probable cause? What did the people see, and who are the people who saw it, and why should I
What if he brought media reports? Would they count?
Well, I would have to bring media reports if I didn't have anything else, right? Because what they did here was they have this guy Steele who helped them in another case. And they don't have any idea who his sources are. His sources are unidentified. They're Russians.
Wow.
And they themselves are operating on hearsay information. So for the most part, even his sources are not claiming that they saw and heard the things that they're at.
Wow. Even his sources are not, even Steele's sources aren't claiming that they heard anything or know anything. Laverna. It had to be Clapper or someone like him leftists depend on that tapped Obama into the Russian narrative. Exactly. Exactly. They had zero evidence of anything. Exactly. Clapper, well, they relied on Clapper. Well, Clapper was the guy who, like, synthesized. He was like, I'm the director of national intelligence, so I'm privy to everyone. NSA, FBI, CIA. Exactly. Laverna. 100%. Thank you. Thank you, Laverna. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to wrap it up right now. We'll be back. Try to do a bunch today of these live streams. We'll be back. God bless. Have a fantastic, fantastic Sunday. I should be back in less than a couple of hours. And thank you so very much. To the super chat, thank you. It's happening. It is happening. Clapper has flipped and sing. Clapper flipping and singing on Obama. Mueller probe is slowly ending, and it should end. Below, you will see my me enjoying my CZ at the range, and that's my latest upload. HA Second Amendment. It's been a little while. Thank you. God bless. Thank you so much. And Oh, 100% safety, 100% safety. And I'll see you very, very soon. It's happening, ladies and gentlemen. This is a very exciting time. Very exciting. We're all being vindicated every single day. Thank you. Thank you to the super chat again.